Another concept that you mentioned in the book is about formalizing your goals. And what I would rather actually ask is, so I know that you originally worked with Apple, and then I believe you started a company after you left Apple, but then for much of your life and career after that, you started doing TED Talks and you wrote so many books. You became somebody who inspires others and companies. Did you have a goal? Was this a career? Like, what was that point in which your life you were like, I want to be a motivational speaker and write books, versus building a company?
Like the great Steve Jobs once said, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. And I don't ever remember having a plan that said, Guy, you're going to go to Stanford. You're going to major in psychology because psychology is going to help you become a marketer and a salesperson and an evangelist. And that's going to lead to leadership positions, which will give you a great base of knowledge, which will lead to your ability to become a writer and a speaker, which will lead to your ability to get inspiration and information out of people, which will lead you to become a podcaster. If you believe for 1 second that I had a plan that linear and that organized, I hate to burst your bubble. It just didn't happen like that. I had interests and I scratched those interests and they turned into passions. And now looking backwards, I can weave a story that makes it look like I had a plan, but I had no plan. I majored in psychology because it was the easiest major, okay? Let's just be honest.
If you put one foot in front of the other, surely you had like a trajectory. It was at some point in your life you decided, working for a company or building my own company doesn't feel right. What feels and connects to my goal, my spirit, who I am, is talking to people, speaking to people, writing to people.
Advice in this kind of area is very tricky because I may be the exception to this rule. I may not be the general rule. And it may be just blind, dumb luck that I succeeded despite making bad decisions. So it's very hard to properly interpret one person's story. But I will tell you that I had an open mind. When I see stuff, I can translate that into, yes, Guy, that's useful. When I first saw a personal computer, I said, oh my God, this is so much better than an IBM Selectric typewriter. And, when I saw social media, I said, this is so much better than just meeting in person or sending email to each other privately and all that. I just fall in love with stuff. And luckily, I fell in love with some stuff that led to success, financial and, psychological success. And that's my story. And if there was an overarching message, it is keep an open mind, keep growing, try lots of stuff. It's not okay to fail, but sometimes you will fail. And learn from your failures and just keep moving. And one day you'll wake up and you say, I got from there to here.
Yeah, it's always by looking back at our lives that we're able to see all of our accomplishments.
Yeah, I just hope that at that point you're intellectually honest enough to realize that you had no plan and a lot of it was just right place, right time, and luck.